one.
Just have a look at some of the questions that are on there, because you get a feel for the conversation you might have if you were playing it. So if you just build that up like a normal jig and tap, 3 by 3. And just read out some of the questions as you're building it, just so everyone gets a flavour of the sort of questions that are being asked.
What does mental health mean to you? You've won a free spin of the wheel.
Well done.
How much time do you spend on your phone?
Too much.
Too much.
Other questions are coming through
Share
there.
a memory of when you helped someone.
Oh dear.
Jamie? Today?
Yes.
You helping today?
How can social media help business?
Advertising.
So I think we've probably got too many there.
How many do you need?
How tall it is. Was Alex going to send me the dimensions, because he sent over some dimensions that allow for a little bit of space on top for the cards
and stuff. Excellent.
Yes. So, Mr. Richards, Alex, you send me dimensions.
By 13 by 13. So
Someone
13 by
write that.
13 is the
What's
width
that?
and depth.
Yeah.
I think it's 58 centimetres by 13.
Did you say I think before you said that?
Yeah, 58. I'm sure I wrote 58 by 13 by 13.
58 centimetres. That doesn't sound like it's big. Well, I suppose.
Yeah.
We got yeah.
Ah, look at that.
That's about.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this box is
That allows for an insert.
that allows for the insert.
So
and the
plastic
cards.
insert. So have we got to design that bit?
Oh, it's a cardboard insert.
Cardboard
Like,
insert.
like this,
Yeah.
like this.
Oh yeah.
Like something like.
To put 2 decks of cards in.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
A little cut out.
And we're only going for 2 decks of cards, aren't we?
2 decks that have to be stacked like
Which
that.
will be mixed colours, because obviously we've got 5 colours.
I thought each deck would be a different.
Why don't you come here and not talk through the soundproof
I
glass?
thought each deck would be a different theme. So you'd have like the mindfulness
You
deck.
need 5 decks.
No. So each deck would be a different. So like mindfulness deck and then a different deck. So
Right.
in that mindful deck we'll have.
With different editions, every quarter or
Oh yeah,
every
course
term,
6 is this. Yeah.
there'll be a
Course
green
six.
skills version, there'll be a manufacturing version, there'll be a construction version, there'll be...
Oh, I like that box.
There we go.
That's cool.
So there's 2 rectangular.
With your
That's a lot easier, because you can still slide it in.
It's a lot easier to put away as well, isn't it? Like if you're
There we
packing
go.
away. Yeah, I like that.
So you've got that one. And then that's the other rectangular one.
Where does it open?
Top there, this one. Oh,
Yeah. So that's your net. That's
Yeah.
the
Like a
overall
floor plan.
part 1. Yeah,
so
exactly
that
that.
top opens that way.
So
So
let you know the overall size.
this one.
What, is this just for blocks or for what?
So this is the logo.
Because we'll be redoing the blocks bit.
Rotate
Oh, pardon me.
90 degrees. Right. Let's go 180 from there then. So, oh, it's almost just the right size for a
Oh,
box.
wow.
Face graphics. So if we do a quick check, you'll like this.
That's 3D.
Do you use Blender?
on the...
Yeah, put it onto like
Straight in. Yeah. So it takes a little longer to rasterise the more artwork you put on there.
Yeah, fair.
So
Do you use Blender? What software do you use to make it 3D?
it's just an Illustrator plugin.
Oh really?
Yep.
Adobe Cloud.
It's very slow.
It's very
Yeah.
expensive.
But you can now see we've got our logo in there.
All the way over there.
Yep.
He's hiding.
Oh, she's catching up now. Cool. So, what's your thoughts? What are we going? So we've got our logo right at the very top.
Yeah, and then the one block at a time underneath
Yeah, the
it.
slogan.
And that's going down the bottom somewhere, yeah?
I think it's going
Or is it
underneath
going right
the
underneath?
yeah, underneath the logo.
Okay. Do we know
Fonts. No.
fonts?
I'd say like make the
It's
block
got to
a
be
blockier,
bold.
Yeah.
a
Okay.
blockier font and make it
So-
all in bold.
Yeah, so let's get it all on screen at first.
Of
One
course.
block.
At a time.
Yeah. trying to work out how that's going to look best.
Yeah.
It'd probably
Do you
be better in all
capitalise the
caps.
start of each one, or do the whole thing in caps?
Oh, do the whole.
Just the block in caps, like fully caps.
What?
No,
What?
I
The
think-
block bit
I
in
think
bold.
all in caps, but block should be bold.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. And give blocks a different font.
Yeah, because I think it looks weird when it's like capital then non-cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks kind of like
So
your keyboard's broken a little bit.
So let's find. So let's take that bit. Fonts.
Something bold, something unique.
Yeah.
You want it similar to the logo, something
Yeah.
slightly cartoony.
Yeah. Okay. We'll just
That
have
one's
to-
a little bit.
Which one?
Up. That one. That one okay? Or was that too big?
It's
That's
Comic
too
Sans.
rounded.
I think.
Needs to be squarer.
When you're ready.
If you knew the amount of it. Yeah. Every single one of these doors I had to measure out the corner. So when I take it,
Right, we're going to go in that one.
the bottom drawer is the. But yeah, it's all drawn out. Each door individually.
So what's good with this machine sometimes is, you know, you have an expensive media, for instance, and it's just not sitting right on the table, and you'll have that head crash. Anything else, any other machine pretty much, you're going to have to take the media off, and that's wasted sheet. Here, you can send the carriage aside, make sure you tape it, and you can resume from the previous fonts. One. And we got another sheet.
There is.
The ruler's on it, and I think we can have really size as well.
I'll just go there, just level next to
Yep, all good.
You can see it on
I will pick up all the registration points. Now, when you're doing packaging, you don't want to go creasing over all your actual ink and the print. So in the software, what we're going to do, read our registration points, read the edge of your material, flip it over.
Oh, that's clever. How does it?
Magic.
It'll then reread the same border but from the back. So we'll go and find it again. see it on the screen, say OK.
Oh, guys.
What we'll do is once we've wrapped up, we'll run a couple of sheets of the standard jobs on there just so everyone can see
the process.
what's going on. As it sits or whatever.
It's just a part of the process for crowdfunding, right? Like, we could actually,
Dan said you'd be able to create a monster on both of our ideas, apparently. Dan said we could use both our ideas and create a monster one.
Exactly, yeah, that's probably what will happen, right? Because there'll be elements of both.
I don't think we need the sponges, I think it works.
Ain't bad, mate.
No, wait.
Ain't bad.
It's upside down, like the lettering on the right.
Is it?
On the
Yeah,
side.
that's fine.
It is, isn't it? It's upside down.
The text is?
Yep, and sort.
What's upside down, the text? Or
Look, the text on the left and right here.
The file is... It's a little small. I'm trying not to break it.
Another little thing that you guys can do.
Yeah, so there's that.
Do you want to put it on the table so everyone can have a look?
That's fine, and that box is filled with that generic email, this box is
That ain't bad, is it? That ain't bad, you know.
first come, first served.
It's clean.
Simple.
It's clean,
Could
yeah.
be made.
We want
You
to
can't touch it and feel it, you know.
present it.
There you go.
Like I say,
It is upside down, you was right.
of the game.
I did.
It's just the sign of it.
Turn it round. I think it looks good.
I think it looks good. As soon as we illustrate that differently.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's got to be bright, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be much brighter.
So you say yours is cool?
It is, look.
Is that it?
So we've got a plastic insert.
What's that? What's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah,
We're discussing the balancing of having really funky, cool stuff and production costs and distribution costs. So we're balancing our creativity versus the reality of scalability. So if we go and sell 1,000 of these, is it scalable to have a plastic handle and a lot of inserts or whatever else, or do we need to just keep it clean? We don't know yet.
Oh, that's really cool. But
It looks cool.
What's happening with the box?
What's happening with it? You don't really care about the business. Who cares about the product? What's happening in the box? So what's happening in the box is, so we printed, so this came out a little bit shorter than we wanted, so we need to make it a little bit taller, but there is an insert being printed right now that will sit in here, and the conversation cards will be inserted into that.
Awesome.
Pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look how difficult that looks for him.
What?
It must be just so difficult.
Luke, is that heavy for you? Is that not cutting your hand though?
No, not when you cut it like that, rounded edges, just to minimise the risk.
What is he talking about?
Look how. There you go.
It's not that. It's not that hard to hold things with your hands. He's insane.
It's carried it with two hands, it's carried it with a single hand.
Yeah, well,
You can put and that is with go for it.
So one of the first things we wanted to do was find a slogan, something memorable, so that anyone can read it and recognise exactly this from Curious Conversation. And an idea that was brought up that was really good was what you see in the bottom. Hold on, my mouse is gone blank. One block at a time. Now we were throwing this slogan around, trying to find what could go before it. Maybe building up your skills one block at a time, maybe figuring something out one block at a time, something one block at a time, that one block at a time. And we just couldn't figure out something that would stick, something that would be memorable and something that would be good for the packaging itself. And then I thought, curious conversation, one block at a time. It goes perfectly with the packaging, it's short, memorable, and it sells itself. It goes with the slogan, it goes with the logo, and then you can put it right underneath and have the logo and the slogan. Curious conversation, one block at a time.
So that early contribution in our pitch, which I thought was really nice, because given that he put his hand up to stand up here, and you were listening to us all throwing ideas around, because Curious Conversation is the brand. That's what we've trademarked, on the basis that it could be Curious Conversation podcast, it could be Curious Conversation cards. So it was really nice that you could do that. So thank you for that contribution at the front end. So quickly, just about the brief and the wider market. So educational board games, I've been researching extensively ever since Sam said we're going to be doing this. You're looking at compounded market growth in the UK of about 30% over the next 6 years. Because of the amount of alternative education that's happening in the country right now, there's a big shift for how we engage with young people and how we gamify learning. So educational board games and tabletop games, you're looking at the next 6-7 years, it is 30% compounded market growth, which is a huge market opportunity in itself. So first of all, that's what we're looking at. We looked at the market. So we did go quite heavy into, okay, great, we're going to take this to market and we're going to sell thousands of these. How can we do that? So I'm now going to hand over to Luke, who's going to talk about who it's for and why we've taken that approach.
So our main targets for this product are educators, youth groups, parents, and for it to be affordable, for it to be durable, and for it to be designed with care. Unlike you people with your Louis Vuitton handbag.
Does we open it and show some inside, shall we? You do that? You got that?
Yeah. No.
It's a bit tight. It's fresh batch.
Yeah, fresh batch. So
that new box.
It's a workout in itself.
It's fine. It's fine.
That's cool.
You good?
Yep.
Just didn't see that, and talk about the insert as well.
Voila. Alright, so here is the little card compartment over here, because we didn't have enough space and we thought it through. And your blocks, obviously, some instructions on the side of a box, what it's about, and
with some pictures of people using it.
And on the back it says our story, and on it is our story.
This side. This is how it's played. So again, Bo's brilliant creative brain. So why we don't want too much text on it. So how can we then showcase through visually?
It wasn't just text. It was Latin text.
It was Latin text for a little while. We had some of that Latin text on there, but again, combination of really focus on that inclusivity, on making sure that it is inclusive and that someone can look at this and all right, template imagery, so bear with it, but you know, roll the dice, pull a brick, have a conversation. It was really as simple as they could possibly make it. Anything else you want to share, Luke? You happy with that?
No, I think I'm all happy with everything.
Okay,
it looks simply gorgeous. And don't let anyone else tell you opposite. If you do, just pretend to cry.
How easy that goes in.
Slides in.
Yes.
Well done. And then over to Bo, who's going to talk more about the design long term, where it's going to go from here to the future.
So, these are of course like stock images or like quick images that we've just put together for the prototype. So for the front, instead of this drab kind of picture, it would be a nice illustrated image or using the nice bright colours from the bottom so that it would more easily match and then pop out more against this lovely grey background. Same goes for this side, nice illustrated pieces, just dice, pulling out and card, you know. with a little bit of the textures to help push people along. Same image would be on the back. And then of course these would be nice illustrated bricks that explain what each brick means. So when you pull them out you can immediately go, oh that's a challenge brick. Oh that's a, sorry I can't read sideways, I'm very dyslexic. Mindset. And then of course more of the words here will be coloured to be more like easy to look at. So instead you'll go over conversations with over 5,000 young people. Oh wow, that's really impressive, because immediately you'd be drawn to that. And with this we're using a bit of drawn to the eye with the side, so your eye will follow the line more easily like with drawings. So your eye will be immediately drawn to that and go down. Same with this, it draws you down so you can look at everything and not be overwhelmed by how it looks.
Okay. Yeah, brilliant. And then in terms of the next steps for the card side of things, so again, we were toying with how many cards. So is there 5 decks of cards because there's 5 different blocks? Are they going to have to be on double sides? And again, I think Bo then said, well, hold on a minute, why don't we make it 1 card? So then said, well, actually the top of the cards, so you've seen the insert, but the top of the cards will actually be the Curious Conversation blocks, like that. So it will look exactly like when you open up the top of your replica. And then within it, you'll have 5 questions on those cards. So there'll be 60 cards that perfectly insert into the top. And again, because there's sensory issues around playing this sort of game, for some people, we're all tumbling down, you could then just take the cards and the dice and have a game of roll the dice and have a conversation. So again,
so it's like 2 games in one.
There you go. Well done, Luke.